here at M&T Bank Stadium, here of course in Baltimore, the home of the Baltimore Ravens, and the champ is here. We are joined by the head football coach of South Carolina State, Chennis Berry, in his second season as he joins us here on MEAC Football Media Day here in Baltimore. What's going on, Coach Berry?
Man, glad to be here, man. Blessing, highly favored, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Man, I'm glad to have you. I think this is our first time meeting in person, although we've been interacting probably for about 10 to 12 years, going back to your days and as an assistant coach at Southern when you used to do the coaches poll, and of course Benedict, and now at South Carolina State. First season in, MEAC champs. What did that mean to you last season?
Blessing, man. You know, to be able to uphold the responsibility and the tradition of South Carolina State University. You know, prior to me getting there, they had won 18 MEAC championships, man. So, you know, when you follow legends like Oliver Buddy Pugh, Willie Jeffries, Bill Davis, those guys set the standard on what South Carolina State University football should look like, man. And to get an opportunity to do it myself, I had a clean sheet of paper when I got in. It was up to me to write what I had to write on it. And I had the opportunity to write my own story. And, you know, guys are falling in love with the process. For me more than anything, I get an opportunity to mold young men, man. I mean, people talk about it, but this is year 31 coaching college football for me, HBCU football. So I have an obligation, man. My young men are going to spend more time as fathers and husbands and leaders in the community than they will be football players, man. So it's a ministry. Love what I do, passionate about what I do. But, you know, we now hoist the 19th MEAC championship, man. So I'm grateful to be the leader of young men.
You know what I think is interesting? I look at you, man. You look young. You know what I'm saying, Coach Berry? Like you look young, right? But you said something. You said 20 years, and I've seen you. I remember when you were an assistant coach at Southern. And if I go back and look at your resume, Savannah State, you've got all of these different places that you've been, including what were you, 3 years at Benedict? Right?
3 seasons.
3 seasons at Benedict, 2 championships. A good first season, by the way, after they came off an 0-10 season the previous year to you coming. Can you speak to getting your opportunity, and I don't just mean here at South Carolina State, but I mean as a head football coach now in your 5th season as a head football coach?
Wow. You know, I really truly believe, man, God ordained me to be where I'm at, and I want to be the best I can be at where I'm at. So as an assistant coach, I spent 26 seasons as an assistant coach, okay? So I wanted to be the best offensive line coach I can ever be. All right, and then when I became a play caller, I wanted to be the best offensive coordinator I can be. I believe in bloom where you're planted, be where your feet are. Don't worry about the next job. If you do a good job at where you're at, people will watch. And then as we started having a lot of success at Southern University, opportunities start coming for me to be a head coach. So the advice I would give for a young, aspiring coach, man, just be with the best you could be at where you're at, man, because we have an obligation. I truly, truly feel you can't just coach the game for the game. You got to coach young men for life, man. They're gonna be fathers and husbands and leaders in the community more than they're gonna be football players. So because of that, I have a responsibility on how I do that, and I believe if you can win off the field, you'll win on the field by molding young men to do it the right way.
Man, it's good to get this man in person because we didn't have him on the show, on the phone, and on the video, and to hear him say that in person is absolutely awesome. So this is you come in, people say, well, you're bringing all the last year, you're bringing this guy, you're bringing that guy from Benedict, those guys could play. This is the thing. You lose a lot of guys, right? But I think that aside, it probably doesn't even matter because we know you and your staff are going to coach the guys up, right? So tell me, who's the quarterback? If you had to pick name a starting quarterback today, who is that quarterback? We
don't have a starter right now today. You think about it, we lost Eric Phoenix. Eric Phoenix was the HBCU, basically National Player of the Year, basically the HBCU Heisman Trophy winner. So we have an opportunity for a couple young men that we have. Ryan Stubblefield was his backup last year. So he hasn't kind of understands the offense and what to do. And Ryan played a little bit for us last year. Very, very talented, great arm talent, dual threat, amazing runner, good football player, all right? Then we have a young man that we brought in named Billy Atkins. He's a transfer quarterback, all right, from James Madison University. He was number 2 at James Madison for the last 3 years. And they're going to compete. They're going to compete for the job, and the cream going to rise to the top. So at the end of the day, we have a couple young men that we're super excited about. And at the end of the day, like I tell them, the winner is going to be basically chosen by their team. The guy that moves the offense the way that we're expecting them to move it, and the guy that doesn't turn over the football, that's going to be the guy. high. And in our offense, you're going to have a chance to be really, really good because our offense is explosive, and we're going to put the ball in playmakers' hands. So the guy that's out there behind center, we're going to find out when that ball kicks off August the 30th.
You had so many playmakers. You mentioned playmakers. Boy, you had a plethora of wide receivers on last year, running backs, et cetera. Sort of speak to who are some of the guys you're expecting to step up from a skill position perspective offensively.
So you're right. We lost 1, 2, and 3 in the league.
Yeah.
Honestly, Caden High, who's no longer with us, he went in the portal. He's at Stanford. The next young man, Justin Smith-Brown, he left the program. He's at West Virginia University. And then our third guy was a senior, man. So we have new young men going to rise in our offense, just like they rose in our offense. And a young man by the name of Nigel Johnson. He played for us last year. Really good football player. We're super excited about Nigel. He's about 6'5". He's a speedster. He can take the cover off the roof. Fired up about Nigel. So Nigel's going to have a great year. Jordan Smith is a young man who's been in the program. He's going to his senior year. He's been in the program. He's made a lot of plays. Super excited about Jordan Smith. We signed a young man from Edward Waters University named Johnny Jones. He's from down in South Florida.
Okay.
He's been very, very productive. If you look at the stats, he's been very, very productive at Edward Waters. Now he's going to have opportunity just like Caden stepped up from Division II, moving up.
Yeah.
Johnny Jones is a young man that we're super excited about. And DeAndre Ruffin is a young man that's in our program. I mean, we have a boatload of guys that we're excited about. But all in all, next man got to step up. But we have a lot of talent in the wide receiver position.
Man, I'm excited for you about Johnny. I didn't know that. I'm excited for you about Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones can play.
Yeah, he can.
Defensively, who are some of the guys that you expect to step up?
Well, I brought 2 young men with us, and we got to start with the defensive line. You know, if you find a good defensive line, usually you're going to find a good football team. And it starts with Joshua Barker, man. Joshua Barker had the #1 grade in all of America last year in the FCS football on PFF, Pro Football Focus. Joshua Barker is the real deal, Holyfield. Not only is he a good player, he's a great young man. He benches 450, he power cleans 375, and he squats 685. So although he might not be tall in height, he's a big-time player. We love Joshua Barker. Jordan Dollar, defensive end, about 6'6". He's going to have an unbelievable year. We signed a defensive end named Mike Luntz, our young man from Tulane University. Man, I'm telling you, we're expecting a huge year. Sean Brown, you know, Limestone University shut down. So he needed somewhere to go for his last year. We got that young man. And Kayvon Chisholm, man, let me tell you something. He played for us as a true freshman last year. He's about 285 pounds now. Real deal Holyfield. So it starts with the big guys up front. And then I bought Jared Washington. His name is Jared. He's first-team All-American last year at corner. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. He's fallen in love with those mundane things, fallen in love with the process of going 1-0. It's hard to replace Aaron Smith. Boog's the real deal. That's the reason why he's with the New York Jets right now.
Yep.
But, you know, next man's going to step up in our defense, and we're excited about our football team coming up for the 2025 season.
Last thought, how does a championship as a head coach? And then you follow that up the next year with another championship before you then come to South Carolina State. Then you come to South Carolina State. Does that experience, having already done that, help you in terms of coming into this season as the defending champs, if you understand what I'm saying?
Well, we're honestly, it's a new team, it's a new season, but the same mission. Nothing won't change in our program. Our core values are going to stay the same. So, you know, we've been there. I guess we can say that. We understand the expectations. We understand what it takes. Our 1-0 philosophy will not change. It's not going to change. Like, I don't even know who's on our schedule other than Wofford. So we're going to get ready for Wofford. and we're going to fall in love with trying to go 1-0 versus Wofford. So, you know, all in all, our young men, they understand Stephen Covey's book, all right? 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Number 2 in that is begin with the end in mind. We have an end goal where we want to be. But we're going to fall in love with the process of getting there. The mundane things that nobody wants to do and nobody wants to talk about. And we'll see how it looks in the end, man. So that philosophy won't change for us.
Wow. We appreciate it. Coach Berry, we appreciate the time.
God bless you, man.
All right.
Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. You too now.